Absolutely. Of course I had that moment. I'm having that moment next year.
Are you releasing an album?
I'm doing something next year.
Well,
I'm
that's
doing something
exclusive.
other than the show. I need to just take a break for a moment.
All right.
And just do something for myself, and I'm going to be releasing new music, yes.
We are here with the one and only Belinda Davids. Thank you so much for being with us here.
Oh, thanks for having me, Aki.
Such an honor to meet you in person.
Oh, yeah?
And to hear your voice in the sound check. This is like the cherry on top, to be honest.
Thank
I was
you.
having goosebumps all around, and I was like,
Aw.
I can't wait for the real show. And that's just the sound check by itself.
Yeah, that was just a sound check. I mean, you know, that's how you do a sound check. You do a sound check full voice.
Yes.
Because you want to get the sound engineer to get the full effect of what it's going to be like on show day. You know, I can't hold back on sound check. Anywhere and everywhere we go, you know, we travel the world with the show, and everywhere we go, everyone, I always see, sometimes I perform with other artists, and I always see that they hold back on sound check because they're trying to save their voice for the
real
show. I can't do that one. I have to sing so that the engineer could get the full effect of what it's going to be like on stage.
And that was incredible. Now, since
thank
you
you.
are here for Kuwait for the first time, how
Yeah.
did you find the country so far?
It's beautiful. We drove in, we were a little bit, it was in the morning, it was like 3 o'clock or maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was late, and when we drove in, it was mesmerizing because it's so majestic. It's everything is so big. But even when I was telling my husband when we were driving in, I said, look at the houses and the villas. They look like little castles.
Yes.
It's just beautiful, just beautiful.
And we're really happy to have you here and just to experience a little bit of our culture.
Yeah.
We were having a chit chat before we start the interview. It's
Yeah.
like food is a must in Kuwait.
And I'm a foodie.
Yeah, you have to try
I'm a
the food.
foodie.
It's
Me
like-
and my husband, we're foodies. So I said, you know, he has to take me somewhere.
Hopefully. Now, Belinda, I want to take you back in time since your childhood because you do come from a musical family. You grow up with a lot of music and
Yeah.
your family members,
Yeah.
as far as I know,
Yeah.
that they're also into music and musicians. So can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about your upbringing along with music?
My brother was a guitarist, and he taught me how to play the guitar. And he also played a lot of other instruments that I don't think he plays anymore, but there was music around me all the time. My grandmother had, you know, she made sure that music was played all the time. It was in my ears all the time. Classical music, Bach, classical gospel music, you know, and sometimes we would have some pop music.
All right.
And
So it
this
wasn't
was
like pop all the time.
no, it wasn't pop all the time. It was more classical than it was pop. You know, so when I had a moment to steal, I always stole my time with Whitney.
Why do you think like Whitney specifically? Because we will go further later about like the music and the vocal capacity that you have, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So what did actually resonate with you with Whitney Houston specifically?
I think what happened was I could sing since the age of 5. And when I reached the age of 8, when I first heard her sing, I realized that I had the same kind of tones that she had.
True.
I think I don't, you know, now as an adult, when I look back at it, I go, okay, I get it. I had the same tones that she had. I didn't know it at the time, but you know, when you find that something that you can connect with musically,
Yes.
that was it for me. She was it for me. And I just clung to her. It was that purity in her voice, that softness, the belting, the fact that she'd carry both, the fact that she could mix it up. It was something that just stuck with me. And I wanted to do that. And so I listened to her for hours on end, until I could do what she did, and then went on to the next technique that she did. She was my teacher. She was my teacher.
I was about to say that. So she was like a kind of like a mentor, even though she wasn't mentoring you
Yeah.
directly, but her music were the lessons for you to be able to have such
She
an
was.
amazing vocal
She was.
capacity and
I mean,
capabilities.
I had no idea what she was singing about. I had no idea, you know, I'm a little child, I'm a little kid. I didn't think about the lyrics and what she was singing about and being in love and boys. It didn't matter to me. What mattered to me more was, can I sing like her? Can I carry a note like that? Can I switch between my falsetto and my chest voice? Can I do this register? Can I reach that high note? That is what I was after the whole time. So.
And oh boy, you can. I mean, you're more than capable at actually doing this. You know, while also listening to you live, I mean, you can tell the Whitney Houston influence on your voice and the way that you're singing, but also you carried Belinda along with that. It's not like somebody who wants to copy somebody, but you can tell the influence and the love of that music, but you still had your identity vocally and the presence on stage. So when were you able to do that? Because, you know, when a lot of people want to do tribute, they just kind of like want to copy paste instead of just, you know, carrying the song and being themselves as well.
And that's fine for those people. But when we started doing this, I said, you know what? I want to do the curls. I want to do the curls. I don't want to do it exactly like hers. I want to do it the way I want to do it. And I want to do it the way it fits my face. So, you know, I did that. And then when we went on to the makeup, I said, I can't wear the kind of makeup that she did because I don't look like her. I don't think I look like her at all. You know, people tell me, oh yeah, you look like her. I don't think so. I don't think I look like her, but I do makeup that suits me. We do the onstage style, maybe similar to hers, but I also do it the way I want to do it. Even my performances, you know, it's me, it's all me. I've been doing her songs for years, and yes, I've watched a lot of videos, but it's not, I didn't try to copy her. I'm not copying her.
Yeah.
You know.
And you can tell, as I mentioned, like your persona, your presence, and your personality and your vocals, and also the way that you're moving around the stage. You can tell that this is a person who's have a huge love for Whitney, but still they are themselves.
Absolutely.
So when did the whole thing actually started? How were you been able to be selected to do this wonderful show? You've been traveling around the world performing as well. So tell us about the story.
13 years. We've been doing it for 13 years now.
Wow.
We started in 2012. When she passed, sadly. And I was in Cape Town, and I just had a baby, actually.
Oh.
I had a 3-month-old baby, and my friend called me and said to me, 25 emails were sent to the director. You don't have a choice. You're my friend. You have to go. You have to go and get this thing because I know you can get it. So I packed up everything. I called my neighbor. I said to her, I don't have a car. You have to take me to this audition. And I went to the audition. And when we got there, they were blown away by the audition. And later I found out that I was picked out of 15,000 people.
15,000 people
I know.
auditioned.
Mad.
That's really crazy.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I was like, that's mad. You mean to tell me you couldn't find someone to do this out of 15,000 people? And my director said to me, yeah, there was the voice. Don't get us wrong. There was the voice. We found the voice, and there was the look, but we didn't
Somebody
have
who
both.
can carry both.
Yeah, there was not both. So I was lucky.
And how did you feel performing for the first time, like on stage? I'm sure you remember your first time.
I was terrified.
Carrying the show.
I was terrified because I knew I could do it. Even though I knew I could do it, but to do 21 songs, 2 hours. Belting out songs. You're coming to the show tomorrow.
I'm coming to the. Of course,
so
I'm coming.
you will find out how many songs. I mean, it's so much. It's a lot, and I was terrified, but I knew I could do it. You know, I had to, you know, do a little maintenance on my voice. I had to get healthy. I had to make sure that I could.
A lot of sleep.
A lot of sleep.
While traveling between cities and hours of traveling.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you know, you said that you've been doing it for a very long time, like
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah.
And reflecting on all these years, do you had a change in heart? Like, you know, it's time to do something special for Belinda instead of just doing the show.
course.
You know what I mean? Like every artist have this
course.
call inside of them, like they want to express so many stories and emotions inside of them.
Of course.
Right, and having their own tracks out there for the public as well.
Absolutely. Of course I had that moment. I'm having that moment next year.
Are you releasing an album?
I'm doing something next year.
Well,
I'm
that's
doing something
exclusive.
other than the show. I need to just take a break for a moment.
All right.
And just do something for myself. And I'm going to be releasing new music, yes.
So is it going to be singles? Is it going to be albums?
It's going to be an album.
Can we know?
It's going to be an album.
Can we know a little bit about this
It's going to be an
album?
album. I was actually doing something earlier. Someone caught it on tape. I was doing an original song. So yeah, I'll be bringing some original stuff.
And how far you are into that album? Is it still in the
Almost
making? Oh, you're almost done.
Almost
So you're
done.
ready to drop it in 2026,
Yes.
early 2026.
Yes.
And what the album is going to be about?
Well, I got married not too long ago, so
Congratulations.
I am stupidly in love, and so it's all about love for
So are
my
they
generation.
like love ballads, love
Yes.
pops,
Big
love
ballads.
musicals?
Absolutely.
It's all ballads all the way. And how many
Absolutely.
tracks we have on this album?
Oh my God, are you going
Just
straight in there?
just a little bit.
No, wait a second.
Not even the title, I guess.
No, I'm telling you it's love songs, and I'm telling you it's probably going to be about 15 songs on that.
All right. Now, I'm sure that through all these years, social media been popping a lot, and I'm sure that you are online as well. And how do you deal with those negative comments when people say, well, we already have one Whitney Houston, we don't need another Whitney Houston?
Well,
Why do we have somebody else trying to be Whitney? Where you're not actually trying to be. You just have the power, vocals, and the capacity to do so.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you like deal with these comments, and how do you like, just deal with them emotionally?
I have
more
a
than
story
just
for you.
personally? Yeah.
And then I'll tell you exactly. It's a very quick story. I was in Los Angeles. I stayed there for 10 years.
All right.
And I was just coming up in the business, and I was trying to find myself in the industry. And I made a little package. I recorded a song, I think maybe 2 or 3 songs on a package.
Yeah.
Put it with a nice bow on it, and sent it to Babyface. I had a great connection. I sent it to Babyface. Babyface sent it right back to me and said to me, "We already have a Whitney. We don't need another one."
Oh.
And that was the biggest compliment of my life. Compliment
All right.
of my life. I took that as a compliment.
And that came from a person
That
who's in
came
the
from
industry as well.
The person who wrote songs for Whitney.
Whitney Houston.
So this was a compliment for me. Anything after that doesn't matter. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That means all the negative energy, I cannot attach myself to negative energy, because that negative energy is what gets people down.
True.
And I don't have time for it. I really don't have time for it. You see?
That's
so
interesting.
I grasp and I grab onto positive energy as much as I can.
So you just looked at the positive side of that instead of just
Absolutely.
looking at what the
Absolutely. And-
feedback was or
and
rejecting
that's-
the track.
And that's the point that I'm trying to make. You see, it's not about it. I can't. I've had many people come up to me, and many people saying, "Oh my God, you're a fat Whitney. Oh my God, you're a this, and you're not. You won't ever be Whitney." Darling. First of all, I never said I was going to be Whitney.
Yeah.
So for me, I cannot respond to negative
Those
energy.
negative energy.
Yeah.
All right. Enough with the negativity.
Thank you.
Moving
with the
on to the
negative.
positivity.
In with the positive.
Now,
Oh,
you're doing 2 shows back to back. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's like probably an hour, 2 hours break
Yeah,
between both of them.
yeah.
How do you carry yourself as an artist to be able to do such a lot of work? Even though if the show can go for 2 hours, but as you mentioned, 21 tracks, you're doing it live. There will be lights and costumes and a lot of things going on
Yeah.
stage, looking at the audience at the same time. So how do you deal with this from the energy side and mentally side as well?
I'm trying to find an answer for that question. I have no idea how I do it.
All right.
But there's something for the love of this game that just gives you the adrenaline that you need to keep going. I love this game so much. I love this job so much. That's what pushes me to do 2 shows. What am I going to do in the few hours in between shows? Try my best not to fall asleep. Try my best not to fall asleep, because you get
A lot of coffee.
It's tiring. It's tiring
is.
to do it, but you just do it. There's times when I go home after a vigorous tour, and 2 weeks later I'm already antsy. I'm like, it's time to go. When am I going to go?
That's sweet.
I love this job so much that there's nothing that can stop me from doing it.
And do you in the future think any of your kids will be able to do that? Do you want your kids to be included into the music? Are they influenced about what their mother is doing on stage? Because honestly, this is like fascinating.
It is fascinating, but it's also really hard.
It is.
I don't know if I want my kids to do that. I don't want, you know, I think that they have to do what they want to do. My 28-year-old, my son, he's 28 and he loves music and he loves being a producer. Is he ready for this kind of vigorousness? I don't think so. My 13-year-old is into coding and making games, you know, not even playing them. Besides the fact that he's on the games all 24/7, he's coding and he's making games. So that's what they do. I don't want to stop them from being themselves.
You're absolutely right. Now, are we going to have any special things during the show in Kuwait? Are you doing like anything that is different from the ones that you have done before?
I don't know. You'll have to come and see.
All right, then we'll wait for that. It's such an honor to meet you in person, to be honest, and I'm really grateful that we've been able to have a few minutes of your time while you're doing the sound check here, but we wish you all the best of luck, and thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.